What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be going over a deck profile of a deck that I keep going back to. I don't know why I keep going back to it, but it's a deck I've loved for a long time. It was my first competitive deck, and deck is Naturia, and right now it's actually pretty viable. With a lot of decks relying on spell and traps, it's gotten better and better really throughout the format, especially with it being such a slower format. But I do think Prio is going to kill this deck off pretty hard, just because of everything that's going to be coming out in it, and I think Prio is going to break the format, but we'll see. So right now, here's my Naturia deck profile. I'm going to start off with the 2-ofs. Double Bamboo Shoot. For those of you that don't know what Bamboo Shoot does, when you tribute a Naturia monster and bring it on the field, your opponent can't activate spells or traps. So unless they have warning, there's nothing they can do about it. And everything is going to be locked down. You cannot activate them. It's not just the effects of them are gone. You cannot activate spells and traps. For those of you that don't know, Effect Veiler screws this card up pretty good. If you Effect Veiler it, it goes all dumb, and it forgets that it was tributed by a Naturia monster, and it's basically just a 2k beater. So try and protect it from that, but Effect Veiler I'm not seeing too much right now, so it's not that big of a deal. Another 2-of, Max C, just because drawing cardboard is good. Even with it being a slower format, you do run into the dragons and water and things like that. So Max C is still viable, especially with running Redox in this, which I'll show you later. This is kind of the pseudo plussing that I've been trying to do, because you're just trying to protect your Bamboo Shoot with spells and traps and things like that. So making synchro plays with this card is really good. It makes Armades, Cataster, other level 5s and 7s, and plus you get to plus off of the Reborn Tengu. Synchro will bring out another Tengu. So Tengu is still pretty viable, even though it's only at 2. It's not as good as it once was. Double Naturia Pumpkin. For those of you that don't know what this card does, if my opponent controls a monster, when I normal summon this card, I can special summon a Naturia monster from my hand. Makes for easy Exceed plays, makes for easy Synchro plays, things like that. Or you can just bring out another, like a Bamboo Shoot from your hand. It's not restricted to level, so I don't know why you do that, but you can. But 2 Pumpkin, it works pretty well. I'm liking that card. Naturia Moran. This card, when it's normal summoned, you can pitch a Naturia monster from your deck to your graveyard. Once per turn, you can shuffle in 2 Naturia monsters into your deck from your graveyard and draw a card. 1200 attack, 700 defense, 3 stars. I usually bring this out after a cliff play. Like if my cliff gets blown up, I'll go into another cliff and then another cliff, and then my last cliff I'll go into Moran or something. It just depends on the situation. It's a mini Pot of Avarice, but it does the job. Plus you can make synchro plays off of it if it sits there, so it's pretty good. Double Naturia Cosmo Beat. Special summons from your hand when your opponent normal summons or sets a monster. This card's really good first turn, especially if you have Bamboo Shoot in hand, so you just special summon it and then sacrifice it for Bamboo Shoot, and then their back row is dead. Onto the 3-ofs. 3 Naturia Cliff. This is the main monster in the deck. This guy puts in a lot of work. You want to recycle him as much as possible. He's level 4, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. When he's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, actually when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you get to special summon a level 4 or lower Naturia monster from your deck face up attack position. So if you just think about what's going on, you can set up your next plays pretty good. Triple Naturia Cherries, level 1 tuner. When it's sent to the graveyard from the field, you get to special summon up to, well, as many Naturia Cherries as you can. Level 1 tuner makes for really good plays with Reborn Tengu, obviously. So you have one destroyed, synchro, 2 level 5s on the field, just like that. It adds a little bit of speed to the deck. Drawing 2 of these kind of sucks, but especially with Redox in the deck, you make level 8s, reborn them, stuff like that. Speaking of the Redox, play 1 Redox because that's what you're allowed to play. Naturia Dragonfly. This card is actually really super awesome. 1200 attack, 400 defense, and it gains 200 attack for each Naturia monster in your graveyard, as well as it cannot be destroyed by battle with monsters over, I think it's 2000 attack. Yeah, 2000 or more attack. So this card just becomes really big. I've run over Dark Arm Dragon and things with this all the time, and people get really salty. Playing a Spore because there's plants in the deck. Spore's really good with plants. Makes for good synchro plays, obviously. And the last one is Naturia Butterfly. What this card does is it's level 3 tuner, it's an earth, makes Sparkion, things like that. But it also has the effect of when it's face up on the field, you can mill the top card of your deck whenever your opponent's monster declares an attack and negate the attack once per turn. So it can protect itself if you're got some of the later locks in the game. I'm playing triple Forbidden Lance because it's offensive and defensive. Really helps with the bamboo shoot on field. Basically, you got to be 2700 or lower in order, well, 2800 or higher to run it over and keep your guy, and for me not to keep my bamboo shoot. And it's just offensive and defensive, so when I make synchro plays, it still works. I really like 3 of Forbidden Lance. 1 Kaiser Coliseum. I'll usually side into the 2nd Kaiser Coliseum, but Kaiser Coliseum and Bamboo Shoot, like a Safe Zone Bamboo Shoot or whatever, usually is game because you're not going to get over my Bamboo Shoot with 1 monster, especially without spells and traps. So, depending on the matchup, I'll usually side into the 2nd Kaiser Coliseum. Double MST, since the point of this is to not let your opponent use their back row, you use this card to just blow up back row that are impeding your progress, like Skill Drain, Harpies, Hunting Ground, things like that. But two in the main. I'll side the 3rd, and if I really need it against back row heavy decks, but it's mainly just for stuff that's impeding your progress. Book of Moon, offensive, defensive, more defensive than offensive these days, but you can use it with Excitation and things like that. Playing 1 pot of Dichotomy. Dichotomy, you have plenty of targets to be able to. You're running plants, insects, rocks, dragon. So Dichotomy really works well in the deck. Only 1 though. I mean, even when you play it, you're not minusing by not being able to attack because the point of that deck is to shut your opponent down. But it's good at 1. This is usually the card I'll side out for another Kaiser Coliseum, which is Skill Prisoner. I like this card because, I mean, it protects my Bamboo Shoot, basically. And that's why it's in there. Just protect your Bamboo Shoot as many ways as you can. If they're not running ways to get rid of the Bamboo Shoot with normal monsters, I'll usually side this out in favor of a Kaiser Coliseum. Triple Fiendish Chain. Card's too good right now to not run 3, so you run 3. Especially because it negates effects and it stops them from attacking your Bamboo Shoot. Double Breakthrough Skill because I don't like effects resolving. Double Safe Zone, protect your Bamboo Shoot. If they MST it, blind MST, you can attach to their monster or blow up their monster for free. Like Safe Zone. And the 1-0 staples, warning, compulse, bottomless. So that's the main board. Sideboard, I am missing 2 cards, but it's Beast and Barkion, which I'm getting. So as for the extra deck, running 1 Leo, Scrap Dragon, Crimson Blader, Stardust Spark. I really love Stardust Spark a lot. A friend of mine told me to run Stardust and Stardust Spark, and I'm finding that they both have a lot of utility, especially Stardust Spark in the Bujin matchup, things like that, and Stardust Dragon in other matchups. So I'm really liking him for the rank 8s. 7, Black Rose, 6, Splendid Rose. Really good right now too, especially with the new Plant Spore coming up. This card's seeing a lot more play. And Vulcan the Divine, bounce a face-up card, bounce 1 of mine, 1 of yours. I can bounce my Safe Zone and attach it one of your monsters, so I can get rid of one of your monsters and two of your monsters essentially, and keep my safe zone. So he comes in handy every once in a while. 5's Catastor and our mateys. I make these two a lot, and then if I need to go into Beast, I can. But usually I'll make these two because these two are really, really boss monsters right now. And then for the rank 4s, you're going to have your standard Dweller, Excitation, and Arc. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm missing the Barkion and the Beast, but they're on their way. Depending if I get the support for Sylvans, I'm probably be playing Sylvans once the Charity and the Sequoia comes out. But right now, this deck is a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a cheap deck that's a lot of fun to play, this is an option for you. So thanks for watching.